Okay. May have some issues with the D recorder that I use. However, right now I'm in Tampa. Not physically, of course. I'm not foolish enough to go somewhere where a major, dangerous Cat 4 may hit. I think it could go up to a Cat 5. Okay, so all this, okay, we'll click here. We will look at 150 plus millimeters of rain. We click the little red icon. Hurricane watch, flood warning, tropical cyclone statement, flood watch. Well, the warning, from what I learned, is imminent. In other words, it's coming. So I am telling you, for the life of me, get out of Tampa. Get out of the surrounding areas before it hits. Don't listen to these fools, and I'll show you what I mean by fools in a moment. So we're going to go back. We're going to go to here. We're going to go to the... okay. Don't worry about the numbers. Okay? I don't think it's going to be a 1 when it hits Florida. But I do believe, and I do think, that they start these things up, okay, just to see what they can do, to see the amount, and I'll still say get out, but to induce the amount of fear through storms. They are the ones that have been, I can't pronounce the word, that have been going on and forcing these changes through the private sector. That's why all of these companies are pushing all this crap. I feel bad for the Weather Network because I watched them for years. Okay, so right now Milton, he's down here right now. Okay, I'm gonna scroll out. There's no need for me to hit anything. It might not. No. Okay, good, because I didn't press play. But they are seeding. They are sowing seeds in people's brains via the media to scare the hell out of them. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, these hurricanes can turn left, they can turn right, they can do what Helene did and do a 360, a 180. They're acrobats. These storms are now acrobats. Okay? And I'm sorry for the last couple of days that my work hasn't been, my uploads haven't been the greatest, but I've been very overwhelmed and busy with other things in my personal life, such as paying rent, making money, things like that. So anyway, if you are in Florida or the surrounding areas, get out now. I'm going to show you something.
I urge Floridians to finalize your storm preparations now, enact your plan. I highly encourage you to evacuate. We are preparing, and I have the State Emergency Response Team preparing for the largest evacuation that we have seen, most likely since 2017 Hurricane Irma. But to that end, I want to go back to our basics. Evacuate if you are in an evacuation zone. If you are not in an evacuation zone, and your house was built in conjunction with the Florida Building Code, which pretty much throughout the state of Florida means after 2004, you may be better just to stay in place. If you're dependent on power...
Okay. They're saying...
Okay, let me pause that. So, they're saying to you that you have a 50-50 chance. If your house is up to code, if your things are up to code, stay. Be foolish and stay. Or for now, leave the state, leave the surrounding area, go elsewhere. I don't know where you're going to go. Do not ask me. I know I had someone ask me that before. Well, where do you want them to go? Look, I have been saying this since last week to get out of the path of this thing. Hey, for all I know, maybe they're going to slow it down. They're going to take the punch out of it, and it'll hit Florida or Tampa, and it won't do as much damage. Or they could take it, speed it up, and destroy everything. So, like as an example, the band I'm into had to cancel their trip to Florida. The Tampa Bay Lightning have had to cancel their hockey games. And if it hits the way I think and the way I feel, I could be wrong because, again, I am only human. But if they do what I think they're going to do, they could potentially destroy Tampa. And there won't be any hockey played there for a long time. It'll be like the Florida Panthers. It's the same thing. Right? So, you guys think about the climate to the change. And you think about... They've been talking about this stuff for many years. About how the climate's changing, how this and that. Now, I'm going to tell you that the Bible, Jesus told us that this would happen. That the frequency, key word, the frequency will be more and more and more. It's like Jesus knew what man was going to do. Interesting, is it not? The frequency and severity kind of thing of these things. You can look it up yourself. But I'm thinking of myself, because I'm on X and I follow somebody who posted that. And I'm thinking of myself, frequency. Okay, so he knew about the technology long before this was the technology was made. So now they're going to push it even harder on us. Like right now, everyone's freaking out here because it's October and we're walking around in, say, shorts, a little bit t-shirts. Today's a little chilly, you know what I mean? Okay, let me explain something to everybody. Here where I am, it depends on the amount of hurricanes we get in the season. If we get a lot, that will mean that winter will be a little later, practically like first, second week of November. It's going to get really cold. Now, I will tell you, it'll be really odd if it's 18 degrees here in December. That would be shocking to me because that has never happened in my lifetime. I don't think it'll do that. I think it's a normal thing. I remember many years ago when my kids were doing Halloween, we had went out and it was pretty much like 18 degrees that day. It was pretty warm. It's pretty normal. But I remember going out with them and it was they were the only kids out there doing it, the trick-or-treating thing. And don't give me some crap about, oh, you celebrating that and then you following Jesus. Like, look, man, I don't worship the devil. I take my kids out to enjoy my time with them. Do you know how fast kids grow? And how expensive it can get with giving them, like, you know, treats for school or trips, or you take them out and they get hungry, they want a chocolate or something? Are you kidding me? Yeah. You don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, we took them out and they had some fun with the Halloween thing. We got wet. No big deal. The last 2 years in a row so far, last year and the year before that, it was rainy for one, and then it was chilly and rainy the next. It's just the way it is. But I'm telling you, get out of Florida just for the sake of getting out, just in case. I don't want no one dying. I know what's going on in certain other places where Helene hit. I know exactly what is going on. The government has taken over the land. Let me tell you something. This place is not our place to live. Okay? We are not here to, I don't know how to explain it. We're not here to be here for a very long, extended period of time. Everyone's complaining that the federal government in the States has taken over some, I forgot the name of the area, but they have taken over some area in the hills or something like that, a Chimney Rock or something like that. I'd have to look it up again, but they had taken it over. The feds won't let people in to get their families, to recover the bodies. The bodies are sitting there. Look, when you are told to leave a week beforehand, you leave. Everyone asks me the same question again. Where would they go? Well, any place that is not prone to flooding. Any place that does, if you don't track and see what they're doing, then you're totally screwed. I don't want to make this video too long, and I apologize for the blinking light. That's a LED light app that I have. I apologize. That's if you can see it. You probably can. Anyway, and don't worry, the red alert is just an email. It's got nothing to do with the phone going to explode or anything. Anyway, guys, I hope I get some views out of this. Get out of the way. Take my word for it or don't. Peace.